My name is Alan Laws of the National Citizens Movement. We will be supporting Elizabeth Hourihane standing in the Carlow Kilkenny by-election. And we wanted to inform the people of Carlow Kilkenny what the National Citizens Movement is about. One of our main policies is, and we're the only party in the country actually promoting this policy at the moment, we have a policy that we want the Irish people to have a referendum on whether we should pull out of Europe. And the reason we say that, and the reason we want us to consider our future in Europe is three things. Firstly, we're talking about the debt. Ireland are well aware, and Irish people and the taxpayer are well aware, that we've been left with 42% of European banking debt put on the 1% of the European population living in Ireland. Now, you cannot call other people partners when they impose such penalties on the people of Ireland. We want that odious debt lifted off the people of Ireland. Now, we can't consider them partners, so we have to consider our position within the European Union. Number two, you talk about our long treasured neutrality. We have long treasured our neutrality. We survived through World War II because of our neutrality, and we're respected, and our peacekeepers are respected all over the world because of our neutrality. Now that neutrality is under threat. Fine Gael in particular, Labour has blinkers on, but Fine Gael in particular, Charlie Flanagan, the foreign minister, came out a couple of weeks ago unnoticed and unchallenged when he wanted to take sanctions against Russia. And I remind the farming community within Carlow Kilkenny, the farming community, we lost €250 million because of those sanctions, because Russia has then put sanctions onto Ireland. That's not a neutral position. We're getting ourselves into situations we don't want to be in, and rural Ireland, the likes of Carlow Kilkenny, are losing out. We move on from that. Peter Sutherland, Fine Gael, has called for Ireland to cooperate on defence more with our European partners. Claude Juncker, President of the Commission, has called for the setting up of a European army. Everyone that signed up to the EEC originally didn't want to sign up to a federal superstate within Europe. We don't want our young people being sent to wars that have nothing to do with us. Our neutrality is under threat, and we need the people of Ireland to have their say that we want our neutrality back and we want an exit of Europe. Number three, we talk about a democracy. And even you look inside this country alone, it's very hard to make our democracy work. But within Europe, we have less to say in what's happening. Within Europe, we have people like Manuel Barroso, unelected, dictating to what Ireland should do. We have Angela Merkel dictating us to what Ireland should do. Our budget now goes to the German Parliament before the Irish people see it. That's not partnership within Europe. We want to exit Europe. We want the people of Ireland, the people of Carlow Kilkenny, to be given the opportunity to vote for someone that will argue to exit Europe, like Elizabeth Hourihane will. And then when you think of it, they always say to us, how do we survive financially outside Europe? I'll tell you how. Our fishing rights. We regain our fishing rights, and the fishing rights will give us millions all around the country rather than just in Dublin. The fishing industry can be re-established all around our country, around the island of Ireland, and we'll be self-sufficient. We regain our ownership of our oil and our gas, and that will make us self-sufficient as well. Some of our enemies have accused us of being racist. That's unfounded. They talk about immigration. We have no policy on immigration. The way we look at it is, people that know us, we have a constitution. We've signed up to the 1 year initiative. The 1 year initiative, you can all go on Facebook or on Google it and find out what it is. We want to change the constitution of Ireland. Could you trust Eamon Gilmore again? Could you trust Enda Kenny again? Could you trust Leo Varadkar not one more cent again? We're saying we're putting our trust in the people of Ireland. The 1 year initiative would change the constitution, and it would lead to people-led initiatives, people-led referendums. So if we pulled out of Europe, the idea of emigration will be handed over to the people of Ireland. The people of Ireland will be deciding. The people of Ireland will call a referendum on how we go forward with a new immigration policy, not the National Citizens Movement. So if you want your children to have a future in a free and neutral Ireland, vote for Elizabeth Hourihane, #1 in the upcoming Carlow Kilkenny by-election. Thank you.